the Burris Eliminator 5. This is the fifth in a series of sights that actually have an integral laser that ranges distance with just the push of a button. I mean, this thing is phenomenal. Again, it's been around for a little while, but with the Eliminator 5, it has more improved glass, which allows for, better detail, but also even for low light situations. But this technology is really something else. In fact, the military is now going to the XM157, which has a lot of the similar characteristics, obviously more advanced, but this is a great option to be able to find range at any distance, up to 2,000 meters. This is a variable 5x20x 50 millimeter scope. And guys, it gives you a lot of range capability, going from 100 yards on out again to 2,000 yards. Once you locate your target, you push this button and it will immediately give you feedback on the yardage. But not only that, it will line up in the reticle and light up the exact spot for you to use on the reticle. But it also has a Bluetooth little pressure pad, and you can just click this instead of reaching up and hitting your scope. And I found this super convenient. We have 4 buttons here, and this helps you to set up your reticle. Now you go to the Burris Services app, and it makes it really easy. First thing you do is pick out the ammunition you're going to use, whatever caliber. And then you can go to the Burris app, and you can calculate all the numbers and the ballistic coefficient that you need to set up your scope. And it's really simple. It took me about 5 minutes to go through it. And the Ballistic Services app is definitely just on top of it. I mean, it makes it really simple to be able to set this up. Now for centerfire calibers, you sight in at either 100 yards or 200 yards. And then once you get that 0, then you hit the button exactly at that point and you're set at 100 or 200 yards. And then when you move the scope out to 2, 3, all the way up to 1,000 yards, even a mile, the range-finding laser will target it. It will have the yardage displayed at the top of the screen. I mean, it is phenomenal how accurate it is. It's also set up for short-range calibers like 22, 300 blackout, slugs, or even muzzle loading. You can set it up and you sight it in at 50 yards, and then it will give you the ballistic coefficient that you're able to dial in. And guys, I'm telling you, it's simple, but man, it is super effective. One thing too that's really cool about this optic is that it has an inclinometer, and so this compensates for being uphill or downhill. And you can put in your wind speeds, and it'll even calibrate wind drift. The only thing it won't do is fix you a cup of coffee, but you can handle that. Now you have parallax adjustment here, and your button, you also have one on the exact opposite side of the scope. And I really like the rubberized sleeves that they have on all the adjustment knobs. I mean, it makes it really easy. It's very tactile. It's easy. It's grippable. Especially if you're hunting and it's cold and it's hard to move. I mean, this makes it much simpler. There is a mount included, and I just directly put this on this Picatinny rail mount. And again, it was really simple. And the great thing is you don't have to worry about leveling or setting it up just right, because the mount will set it up to the Picatinny rail very level. Now when we got out to the range, I had one of the Daniel Defense Delta 5s. It was in 6.5 Creedmoor. Again, I went into the ballistic calculator, put my information in, and it popped out the numbers that I needed. So it was really simple. I didn't have to do any calculations. Once we got it out to the range, I went ahead and sighted it in at 100 yards, which is simple to do. We got it right on target, just one small group, and this rifle will do it. Now we took it out to 100 on the steel, and we were just pounding away, and of course, obviously 6.5 Creedmoor, it was slamming that steel. But it was in one consistent spot. I mean, it just made it. And every time I hit this button, it would tell me the exact yardage. Then we took it out to 200 yards. And again, once you hit it and you get it lined up, you get your reticle right where you want it, you hit the button, and I was typically using this little Bluetooth button. I would hit the button and the distance would appear directly on the screen immediately. And the reticle illuminated to the spot in the reticle that you needed to get it on. I mean, it was like very simple. Went out to 300 yards, hit the button, it gave me the correct distance, and then the dot went farther down the bullet drop compensator, gave me the exact spot. I mean, we were ringing that still at 300 yards without any effort. I really wish I could have gotten out to more distance. The range that we typically use that has greater distance, it wasn't available. But I wanted to get it out to 300. I would love to take this out to the 1,000-yard range and test it out. But from all the feedback that I've seen, these scopes are just phenomenal. Three for three, baby. This thing is awesome. Guys, I'll tell you, I haven't been this excited about an optic in a long time. And the Eliminator 5, I mean, it takes technology and it puts it to use in your optics. You take your scope out, and we have done this a number of times, and we calculate the ballistics, especially when we're shooting out to 1,000 yards, you know, having to calculate everything. With this, you don't need a rangefinder. You don't need an app on your phone. I mean, it just works, and it just gets on target, and it's really exciting when you see that illuminated spot right in the right place in that bullet drop compensation, and you can line it up, and man, it is spot on target. Guys, having a good quality rifle and having good quality ammunition, you need to have just as good a quality of optic. And when you have one that can do all the work for you, this makes a great day at the range. It makes a great day hunting. I mean, this thing is just the beast. And for more information, you can go to burrisoptics.com.